know that you're in a shithole than to pretend everything's okay.
The knowledge of oppression, the fact that you realize it's happened, is good. So I would say the knowledge of oppression.
How do you feel about people like Edward Snowden?
I think he did a good job. I think it was good. The fact that we have no privacy at all, and the fact that that system could be used in the future for not what it was intended for, to provide safety, but actually to provide information against someone that you might not like or I might not like, could be a dangerous thing. It's opening a box that could be really scary.
Freedom's not an illusion.
How do you feel about people like Edward Snowden?
In some aspect, there's an element of he did right by opening up, but otherwise he actually did wrong because he didn't follow the legal procedures. He was hired to do something, and he didn't comply with what he agreed to do. He didn't take it up to his chain of command, and so he caused greater harm than what he thought he was providing freedom of information.
I don't think there's an illusion of freedom.
Okay.
I think we exist in a condition of freedom. I think if people see American society as inhibitive and obstructive of freedom, then they're just not exercising the freedoms they have available to them. It's a different kind of oppression in this country. It's a struggle to give people equal opportunities, for like education. I mean, I still believe in upward mobility in the United States. I just don't think that we do a very good job of giving everybody an equal opportunity to, employ all their talents and their hard work and their ingenuity and whatever they have to offer to pull themselves up out of the bootstraps, to use like an expression we use. I don't think it's that easy anymore. I think nepotism is rampant. That's a problem. I think that there's systemic. I think there's a systemic oppression in this country where some people have a lot better shot than other people. It's more exploitation, I think, than oppression. There are people out there who have the means and the institutional means to take advantage of us, and they do that. But at the end of the day, they're not able to do that unless we sign up to be taken advantage of. But we're living in a country and in a state in Texas where judges get elected. That means judges have to take campaign contributions from people. Like I've been tied up in litigation before where the judge that I was up against had taken a $10,000 campaign contribution from the person who I was litigating against in the civil court. So, I mean, how corrupt? That's like definitionally corrupt, where judges have to get elected. It's the same kind of deal. Like nobody gets power. No one can garner power without getting the means to do so from the powers that be. And the powers that be are all big special interests. They're all big this or big that, big pharmaceutical, big oil. So I think it just depends on your mindset. Like, I don't believe we're victims of anything except for our, preconceived, notions about what we're capable of and who's out to get us and all that shit. Like, I think that depends on who you talk to, If you talk to somebody who believes that their fate is in their own hands, if you talk to somebody who believes that you do the best you can and you work as hard as you can and it won't go unnoticed, and that you'll find a place for yourself in society where you can make a living, like you can work your way to the top, if you're willing to work hard. But unfortunately, a lot of people give up on that it's like that self-fulfilling prophecy. It's, I'm capable of anything and I can make this happen and I can do this. If you don't believe that, well, then you're always going to be a victim of something, some circumstance. And nobody who looks at themselves as a victim of that circumstance for the rest of their life will ever get over anything. They'll always look at themselves as being, oppressed and held down by something. But I just have more faith and belief in myself and my fellow man. I can't blame anybody else for my lot in life. If you look at it from that perspective and you give yourself the ability to be grateful and have gratitude, then you don't think in terms of being oppressed, and you don't think in terms of being bereft of freedom. You think in terms of being blessed, for the opportunity to earn a living with your industry and your work and your hands.
What's your opinion about Edward Snowden?
I'm conflicted on him. know, what he exposed was obviously something that needed to be exposed, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy what he was doing, you know, what he was charged with. Like, I don't mean charged in terms of legal charges against him. I mean, like, his job, the job they gave him and other people like him. It's just crazy to me that those jobs exist, you know? It violates a number of, you know, constitutional principles of privacy and all kinds of things. On the other hand, you know, I think, you know, really it's tough to say because people say, you know, he should have done it. What he did was patriotic in a sense, but the way he did it was unpatriotic. Well, who's he going to take it to? Like, anyone he was going to take that information to was either privy to it already or was going to shoot it down or bury it, you know, and it was never going to see the light of day. So in order for him to really expose it, he was going to have to do it. He was going to do it, have to do it the way he did it, in a sense. He was going to have to go rogue and do it on his own. Did it hurt the United States of America? Probably a little bit, but maybe when you do bad things, you deserve to be damaged and hurt a little bit, you know? So, I mean, I'm kind of conflicted. Like, I love this country. I think it's the greatest force for good in the whole world. It doesn't mean by any means that we're a perfect country, a perfect society. We have all kinds of problems, but, you know, we do the most good all over the world, along with all the bad that we do, too. I mean, we're out there every day, like, literally, like, making a difference in the world and spreading freedom and democracy, which I think is a God-given right. Like, I think that people have a God-given right to be free and to choose their government. But on the other hand, people get the government that they deserve. You know, Aristotle said that. People will have the government that they deserve, and we have the government we deserve. We are all part of this consumer economy, you know, we all buy our nice shit.